Welcome back to the Nullified Tech channel. I am your host, Chris, here with a bit of a channel update. It has been a while since I've done one of these channel updates, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that so much has been going on in my personal life, moving from New Zealand to Australia, traveling for about 6 months last year as well. We've missed a couple of milestones, like 2,000 subs happened. We never really made a big deal of it, and we're now on our way to 2,500 subs, which is crazy to think. I'm so humbled by the fact that there are people who are willing to listen to the opinions of myself and Kahuna and all of the other hosts we have here on the Nullified Take channel. And this update was going to talk a little bit about the origin of the channel, and briefly, just for those that started following us maybe later on and wasn't a part of the journey from the start, and then also to talk a little bit about the direction of the channel moving forward, what people can look forward to here on the Nullified Take channel. So let's start with the origin. I started the Nullified Take channel about 2.5 years ago now. And the reason I started it was because I was podcasting on a different channel. I met some amazing people. Like I met Drew, Chantal, Coach Drew as well. Shout out to Adam, who brought me into the podcasting world. And I felt like I had something extra to give. Like I wanted to have more of a creative say in the direction of a channel, and that I would like to do it on my own because I was putting a lot of effort into that channel. So with the help of Chantal and Drew from Angel Cake and Reality Realness, I started this channel. They co-hosted with me. And then along the way, a lot of people started coming on board. Like I had Kahuna, Maki, we've got Verity and Coach Drew. Jake has always been there since day one as well. And we've gotten beyond it being just a one-man show. I'm obviously always going to be the main host for certain podcasts that I really love. And one of those things that I absolutely love is Survivor. Survivor is the thing that brought me into the podcasting realm. I was a listener of RHAP way before I podcasted myself, way before I even had the idea of doing a podcast or a live show like we do here on the channel. So that is the thing that sort of drove me into it. And then I also wanted to have more of a connection with fans online. So the shows that we do here on the Nullified Take channel, we always have that interaction and banter with the live audience directly. And that's something that really feeds me. Like I really enjoy the different opinions. Even when people are like, Chris, you're crazy. I don't agree with you on that opinion. This is my opinion. That is welcome on this channel. I love diversity in thought. And just because I've got the mic doesn't mean I've always got the right answers. So that's always the thing that we try to promote here on the Nullified Take channel, and something that I've been passionate about. So in the beginning, it was more about, I had an opinion, I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to get that out there. And as the show continued to grow, I started craving the feedback from the audience and what they thought. So whenever anybody watches our shows afterwards and they leave comments below, good or bad, I'll go read through them. If it's just negative criticism, then that's okay. I'll move on from that. I don't care. But if it's constructive, I'll listen. And I love the back and forth that we have with the fans, either in the live or in the comment sections below. But that is the origin, I guess, of how the Nullified Take channel started. And it was about just getting connected with the fandom, because for many years, I didn't know anybody in my immediate friend circle who actually loved competitive reality TV like I did. So I was always that annoying person in my friend circle that would talk about it, and people would kind of shut out and they wouldn't really give me attention. They'd be like, oh yeah, that sounds brilliant. And nobody understood the craziness that we as a fandom have, or the passion that we have for these shows. So this has allowed for me to connect with that fandom. And I've also met, like I said, phenomenal people along the journey, fellow fans like myself who love to talk about these shows. Now, what has happened since we've started this channel? Since we started this channel, some phenomenal milestones have happened. We are on our way, like I said, to 2,500 subscribers, which thank you to everybody that has done that have subscribed to our channel, that have been a part of the journey, that continues to come back week in and week out. There's too many to mention here, that are always taking part in the live conversations. We absolutely love it. This is what makes us get up. Like this channel and doing this does not pay in a way where you could just be doing this full time, right? So you have to have passion for what you're doing, and you have to have that drive. And then when you see people resonate with the things that you're talking about on the show, be it good, be it bad, it really does motivate you to hit record week in and week out. So thank you to every single person that has subscribed to this channel. We've now Also got about 538 videos uploaded prior to this one, which is insane for a 2.5 year period. And we're not going to slow down. We're going to continue with that. And then finally, really staggering to look at this number, we've had 330,000 views on our episodes and podcasts. The highest, I believe, was for the Traders Australia finale, which is about 15,000. And then for the Australian Survivor Heroes versus Villains finale, which I believe was also over 10,000. But that is a phenomenal number for a small podcast like this to be able to achieve that. And I wanted to thank everybody for being a part of the journey and believing in this channel and coming back day in and day out. So let's talk about current state of the podcast and what to expect. So, like I said, I started this thing off thinking I was going to be a one-man show, just get a couple of co-hosts in, but it quickly grew beyond that because reality TV fans, they watch more than one show and they want your opinions and takes on more than one show, not just Survivor, not just The Challenge, which is like our two biggest shows here that I love to cover, but also on things like Traders and, maybe The Mole or The Circle or, Big Brother. Like there's so many different shows there that people follow, and that if they're coming here for one, they kind of want your input on others. And like I kind of alluded to earlier on, like this channel doesn't pay enough for me to do this full time to the point where I could just leave my day job, leave my life, and just do this full time. Maybe in the future it will. If it gets there, amazing. If it doesn't, that's okay as well. Like I'm happy to grow at the pace that we're growing and have this really passionate community of TNT family that has grown with this channel, and we will continue to create content for them. But in the meantime, without being able to like just stop my day job and jump into all these different shows, there is only really one way we can sort of grow further with this channel, and that is by having other hosts take on different shows, because it becomes an issue of time, right? And my day-to-day job is quite full on as well, and it does leave me with certain limitations. Like for instance, right now I am recording the challenge in the middle of the week, Australian time, not necessarily US time, where a lot of our live audience would be awake. Thank you for everybody that has still continued to watch that content this season and that has still commented below, because that really, like I said, is the thing that drives myself and Kahuna to keep doing it. Moving into the US Survivor season this season, we're definitely going to have to do something similar because I don't have the flexibility at the moment to be able to do it at a time that would work for the US. Normally, I would have recorded middle of my day on weekends, but my weekends are also currently busy with my own life stuff going on and obligations that I have. So due to that, we're going to have a show between myself and Kahuna on Survivor US, but we'll have a separate show that will cover the recap a little bit earlier on. So I'm talking to Drew and Jake to do the US perspective. And to be honest, Drew and Jake probably has a more positive view on the direction of where Survivor US has gone in recent seasons. So for people who really just want to hear the positives, you could definitely go and listen to them. And I'm sure they'll point things out if they need to. And then myself and Kahuna, we're going to be doing a second show each week. We're going to try and focus on the lighter side and keep it a bit more light this season so that we can all have fun watching Survivor 47. But knowing that myself and Kuna are both international fans that do watch other franchises, we will sometimes compare it to those franchises and be honest about our opinions. But you're going to get two shows for Survivor US this season. Now, if you're looking into, for instance, what other shows we're going to be doing, we've got The Amazing Race Celebrity Edition that's just kicked off. V is going to be doing that for us with Michelle. Michelle is a great co-host. I've done many shows with her in the past on The Amazing Race, which is her favorite reality TV show. She runs the biggest admin page, or fan page, I should say, on Facebook, and she's an admin of that page. And V's just got so much passion when she speaks about these shows and drive. And I know people will resonate with V and Michelle as a duo on that show. So if you are watching The Amazing Race Australia, give it a shot. Go and follow and support them. Go and follow and support Coach Drew and Jake, who's going to give that US perspective of Survivor this season. And then obviously stay with myself and Kahuna if you've got the time as well. And then Traitors, Mucky has really grown into the Traitors role to the point now where Mucky is becoming the main host for Traitors content, Traitors NZ. Traitors AU unfortunately has been cancelled, but there's a big season coming up next year for Traitors season 3, and we'd love to do the whole season, not like we did this season where we couldn't commit to a whole season's recap, but having Tony Blackhorse and having Boston Rob come onto that season and other big names, we really need to make sure that that season's covered here. And the biggest likelihood is that Mucky would run that with some of his co-hosts, and he's got former players that play Traders New Zealand and Traders Australia that would most likely want to come onto the show to be a co-host with him as well. So at the moment, the direction of the show is that we are going to continue to experiment with different people hosting different shows so that we can cover more. And I just wanted to give an update on that. And I hope that you all support these different co hosts that we have on the channel when they do it, because if you're supporting it, if you're clicking onto it, if you're putting a like on it, all of that means a lot. Put a comment on it if you're watching the show. We want to continue to do this for a very, very long time. And when we get to 2,500 subs, it's only the beginning. The next goal is get to 5,000. And I know we're going to get there if we keep pushing record, keep, just having you active community fans of the Nullified Take channel, just being yourselves. And other people will get attracted to that energy that we have here on the channel. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of this video and my thoughts, and let me know if you want to see more short form content like this, where I give you a little bit of an update in regards to the things that we're thinking of doing. And maybe even if it shows that I can't fully podcast on, it's so much easier just to hit record and do a short clip on it. So let me know if this is something that you'd like to see more of. It's a little bit different from the live content that we do in the podcast format that we do it in. But for now, thank you so much for your support. Grab your torches, head back to camp, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.